It was a brutal scene, but I mean, do you remember how big The Walking Dead was when it was like
Yeah.
in its heyday? It was massive. It was
Remember
it was the biggest show on TV.
remember when we walked into the comic book store and Robert Kirkman was there and we're like, this
Don't even
dude looks
remind me about
familiar, and
that.
we just
Don't even remind me about that. That store
we
is
were
infamous
there
for
and
me.
we were there for number one episode issue 100.
We were there. We were there. We were just getting comics, and this was around the time when they were releasing Batman and Ninja Turtles comics.
Oh,
You know, when they
that's
had
the
the
one.
crossover,
That's the one we wanted to pick up.
that's all I wanted was just to go get those comics. And I remember we walked into the store, and at this time we had just come from another store that didn't have it anymore. So I was kind of in mentality of like, okay, let me just go sniff this out, and in we're out, and we got it. And I get in there, and I don't pay attention. It's a comic book store, so I'm not looking at the everyone else in there. I'm just kind of looking at the
Admit it,
walls.
we're antisocial for the most part, so we weren't
Yeah,
even looking at
yeah.
the other customers in there.
I'm not the type of dude that walks in and it's like, hey, how's no. I walked in there to the straight to the new arrivals and all that, and I'm going through the wall. I'm looking, and I found the comic I wanted to just get, and I just remember just casually walking past some people to my left. Didn't no eye contact because again antisocial, but no eye contact whatsoever. Just kind of glanced and then just excuse me, and I kept walking and just walked right past them. And it was one of those things where I don't know, like it's just something about that scenario. It was like it almost felt like I was missing something. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what am
Yeah.
I missing here? And then we're talking to each other, and then I just happened to glance at those two people that I walked past as they were leaving the shop. And I mean, I know Robert Kirkman's silhouette. You know what I mean? Like this is around the time when Walking Dead was still pretty big. Uh, and sure enough, I can't remember who it was. Somebody came up to us and was like, "That was Robert Kirkman," and
Oh, the kid and his dad had bought one of the comics and had it signed. But the other part is the worst part is it was not just Robert Kirkman, it was
it
Rob
wasn't just Robert
Layfield as
Kirkman.
well.
And for those of you who don't know,
And
Rob
I was there
Layfield,
for Deadpool, and I literally just walked to the back and then walked up to the front. And we were
yeah,
leaving, and they were talking about, oh, we got him to sign the issue, we got him to sign the issue, and yeah, and I was like, oh, I look up and I was like, God damn it, dude. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
no.
they look.
So,
I
yeah,
I just didn't want to be a weird guy either. Like I have this thing where I've seen celebrities,
I have that too as well.
and it's like, oh, I don't want to talk to them, and then you just sort of like walk away. So I just really don't pay attention to anybody. But I couldn't. I was like, these guys look familiar, and I was like, I just don't know from where. I'm like, maybe YouTube or some
Yeah,
shit, or I was like, fuck.
it just didn't click.
Rob
No,
Layfield looks like he played in like a punk band in the early
yeah,
2000s. He
he
could have been
does.
from like
He
some
does.
41 or some shit, and I was
He
just
looks like
like
the lead singer of the Offspring or something like that.
going through my head, and I was like, nah. Why would he be in this city in this comic book store of all the places in the country?
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
that
So
was a
I
pretty
mean,
wild one.
Robert Kirkman and again, for those of you who don't know, Rob Layfield, creator of Deadpool, creator of the Deadpool character, not just so that for me, I was a big time Walking Dead fan, and I know I think Kenny, I'm
Yeah,
assuming Deadpool's your favorite character, comic
Deadpool was
book.
my favorite character, and I was there to pick up. It was the I was trying to find the last few for the Dracula. When he went against Dracula, I was looking for like two of the books, and I found them.
Yeah. That's probably why it came up when you walked up there to the people at the desk, because they're like, "Oh, did you see Rob Layfield in here?" And you're just like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, but yeah, I felt like shit.
Yeah, and
I
then it's
got the
like
comic, but yeah,
you can't go after them. That's fucking weird.
no, I'm not. I'm definitely not going to do that. It's just like I'm like, oh man, okay, well, this has now become a story, an infamous story, where when you bring it up to people, people know, even casuals know who Robert Kirkman, the creator. Well, they just know that the Walking Dead. They know the Walking Dead, right? And they know Deadpool. They certainly know Deadpool nowadays. And so, when you break down to people, when you tell people, yeah, the both of them were together, and I just walked right past them like they were regular people.
Now I keep
Yeah,
my eyes open a
yeah.
lot more.